One of the greatest rivalries in all of sports. They don't like each other. Red Sox are having fun tonight at the Yankees' expense.
As awful of a night as it was for us, we got to turn the page, and it's obviously do or die.
This is one I'll remember for a long time, and hopefully we can carry this over into tomorrow.
We welcome you from the Bronx, New York. The trains are busy tonight as this American League postseason continues on this warm October night at Yankee Stadium. It's a ticket to an elimination game between two of sport's greatest rivals and the only division series yet to be decided. Welcome to this 2018 American League Division Series presented by T-Mobile. Boston, New York, the Red Sox up 2-1 and a win away from their 11th trip to the ALCS. And hi everybody, we welcome you from Yankee Stadium. Great to have you with us tonight. Brian Anderson along with Ron Darling. We'll hear from Lauren Shahadi in just a moment. There is a lot of energy in the ballpark once again, knowing this could be the last game for the New York Yankees in this venue. That is because the Boston Red Sox showing all of their 108-win regular season glory yesterday, a record-setting performance in this ballpark last night.
I mean, think about that game last night. The largest road postseason win for the Red Sox in their franchise history. Largest decision for the Yankees loss in their postseason. Brock Holt, even more importantly, with the first cycle in postseason history as a thumping by the Red Sox over the Yankees.
Well, while the Red Sox look at their history and made history last night, the New York Yankees are going to trust the history of their starting pitcher tonight. The history of CC Sabathia. He has been a warrior all these years on the mound, 38 years of age. CC Sabathia gets the Game 4 start for Aaron Boone.
Well, they're going with that experience. 23 times he's pitched in the postseason. 22 starts. This will be his 18th in a Yankee uniform. And the thing you'll know very early is that if CC Sabathia, this version of CC in the second half of his career, has that cutter working against the right-handed hitters of the Red Sox, he's in good shape.
Well, CC Sabathia has a Cy Young Award on his register, as does Rick Porcello, and he gets the big start for the Boston Red Sox. Remember, he was moved back to this Game 4 start. Nathan Eovaldi was terrific yesterday. Now it is Porcello's turn, a New Jersey native. Boston hopes to advance. The New York Yankees hoping to survive. Emotions are high. The crowds have been great all series long. It's a fans game. It's Game 4, and it's next on TBS.
The MLB postseason on TBS is brought to you by Arby's. We have the meats. By T-Mobile. Whether you're home or away, T-Mobile has you covered. By Cat. Let's do the work. And by Progressive Insurance. Step up to the plate for savings. Visit Progressive.com.
Beautiful warm night, easy to get loose on a night like this. Yankees have hit the field at Yankee Stadium. We're ready to play ball. Before we start, let's check in with the third member of our team, Lauren Shahadi. It is Rick Porcello who gets the call in Game 4, Lauren.
It is, BA. 40 miles from where I'm standing right now in Morristown, New Jersey, is where Rick Porcello grew up, cheering for the Yankees and hoping the Red Sox would lose every single game. The script is flipped, but he said, look, this is what it is all about. Alex Cora saying he's elevating more, he's throwing the changeup a little bit more. Now behind the plate for the Red Sox tonight, Christian Vazquez. The last time Christian Vazquez caught Rick Porcello 1 year ago today. It was against the Astros in the DS. Cora saying they'll be just fine. I just felt like the bat played a little bit more. Cora also saying there is a certain lanky lefty who has been hovering around my office all day long saying, Skip, I got an inning in me. Skip, I got 2 innings in me. I think we all know who he's talking about, BA.
Now that would be a very interesting scenario. Chris Sale is on the mound tonight in what could be a closeout game for the Boston Red Sox. You check their batting order. Alex Cora turns it in. It's Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi, and Steve Pearce in the 3 spot tonight. In the middle, J.D. Martinez, Xander Bogaerts, Ian Kinsler, Eduardo Nunez, Jackie Bradley Jr. hits 8th. Christian Vazquez behind the plate and batting 9th. No Brock Holt, who made history with a cycle last night. Tough league. He can't get in the lineup. And it is primarily due to the guy on the mound, the left-hander, CC Sabathia.
Well, there's all the great accomplishments of CC Sabathia. I mentioned in the open, 18th start for the Yankees in the postseason. That ties him with Roger Clemens, the great Andy Pettitte, first with 40, and Whitey Ford with 22.
Sabathia versus the Red Sox. Last 8 starts, 6-0 record, a 2.09 ERA. Among active pitchers, he is with 18 wins on the register. That is the most among those still working in the major leagues today. Red Sox a chance to go to the ALCS with a win tonight. Yankees are hoping for a Game 5, and the first pitch gets back to the screen, and away we go.
The first inning is always important to any starting pitcher, but maybe even more important after your team got drubbed 16-1. You're letting the other team know this is not happening on my watch.
Saw Lauren's report on the pregame show, and the vibe in the Yankee clubhouse was an easy move on from last night's game. And Boston was phenomenal last night in all facets of the game. They put the attack on quickly. They ran the bases. They had 7 straight singles to start the game. They went first to third. They got great pitching. It was a masterpiece last night from the Red Sox perspective.
Baseball players are strange. It's easier for them to take a thumping 16-1 and wash it out of their brain than it is that real close victory where what if I had done that or what if I had done this. There was nothing they could have done last night.
Both Alex Cora and Aaron Boone feel very good about the state of their bullpen as Betts turns on that one. That is going to hook foul, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So because of the nature of the game last night, and Austin Romine pitched in the game, a catcher, bullpens are loaded. It's all hands on deck from the New York perspective. Mookie Betts on the ground. Bit of a shift on. That's Gregorius. And a low throw dug out by Voit. And that's how the night begins for CC Sabathia. And the Yankees, a 6-3 putout for out number 1.
Nice pick by Luke Voit. You work from the bottom to the top with that glove. A nice play.
One away. And the crowd begins to settle in now as Andrew Benintendi, who had a big night last night. 2 hits, walked twice, drove in 3, and had the knockout punch with a 3 RBI double in a 7-run 4th inning last night. And he's on the first pitch. A bouncer over to Voit, race to the bag. Sabathia didn't cover. Out at first, barely. CC took one look at Benintendi and says, I got no shot to beat him there. So Voit had to do the heavy lifting.
Well, we saw it happen earlier in this series with Eduardo Rodriguez. But CC Sabathia at this point in his career with the bad knees really can't run. So he didn't even bother to get there. Luke Voit knows that. And boy, what a 2 plays now by Voit.
Showing a lot of emotion early. Luke Voit, who began his season in AAA with the Cardinals at Memphis, Tennessee. 2 gone, 2 quick ones for Sabathia. Here is Steve Pearce.
That's the cut fastball right there from CC. Pearce has good numbers against Sabathia.
A .316 hitter in his career. That includes 3 home runs against Sabathia. So Pearce elevated to the 3 spot in the batting order. Mitch Moreland continuing to nurse a sore hamstring. Would not be a Mitch Moreland night tonight anyway, with Sabathia on the mound. No balls, 2 strikes. In the air to center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. And Pearce quiets him down in this first inning. Clean single to center field with 2 outs.
Look at the defense for the Yankees. McCutchen out of the game. Gardner goes to left field. Hicks, who's better now in center field. But it's really on the corners of the infield where you have seen the change with Neil Walker at third base and Duhart not in the lineup tonight.
Well, Erin Hicks with the hamstring injury. There's Andrew McCutchen, who sits this one out. First time he has not been in the starting lineup in this postseason for New York. J.D. Martinez takes a ball down low. Erin Hicks, a big story for the Yankees. He missed 2 starts after injuring his hamstring in game 1. He returns here tonight. Didn't need him in those middle 2 games. So he is back in the starting lineup and in the leadoff spot and playing his customary center field. He's an excellent center fielder.
Well, that's a huge at bat by Pearce. CC got ahead of him 0-2 with a curveball. He tried to go back to that pitch. Pearce made the adjustment for the base hit. More importantly, it gets J.D. Martinez up in the first inning.
And Alex Cora agonizes when he puts Martinez in the cleanup spot for fear that he will not get an at bat in the first inning for the top RBI man in the American League this year, J.D. Martinez. 2 balls and a strike. Martinez had a hit last night as well. He drove in 2. Has 5 RBIs now in this division series. He is 4 for 11. Finished second in the American League in homers with 43. Drove in 130 during the regular season. He and Mookie Betts certainly in the discussion for an MVP this year. Martinez fouls it back and it's 2-2.
See how different his swing is when the cutter is belt high or above. The swing is not as good as that ball that's down and in that he hit the 3-run home run off Jay Happ earlier in the series.
Broken bat. Shift was on. Nobody over there. Torres, bare hands, can't pick it up. And Martinez, who is a slow runner, able to beat that one out without a throw, and back-to-back hits. A couple of singles with 2 outs for Boston.
Listen, I get it. As a pitcher, you know that shifts are going to help you more than they hurt you. But what are you trying to do as a pitcher? You're trying to get soft contact. And that was what he got. But still a base hit by Martinez because of the shift.
Saw Pearce kind of dancing in front of it as if to block the ball from the view of the second baseman, who was nowhere in sight, as Gleyber Torres was over on the shift. 2 runners on for the Red Sox, trying to strike first against Sabathia, the Yankees tonight. Here's Xander Bogaerts. Boston has been great in this series with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. They are 4 for 10. And Bogaerts a chance to put him on the board. Bogaerts homered in game 2. 2 for 6 in this, or last night, scored a run, and that big home run in game 2 for him. Back-to-back years he's homered in the postseason. Here's a 1-0. And that one's in for a strike. It is Angel Hernandez calling the balls and strikes tonight. He was in the news last night. He has had 5 calls go to replay review. 4 of those 5 have been overturned, and all eyes will be on him in this one. Gets a generous call, does Sabathia. He'll take it. One ball, 1 strike. And a good block by Sanchez. 2-1 now. That first inning is so important, especially in a setting like this when you're the team facing elimination. Just think about the crowd and how quickly it has gone from hyped, excited to anxious in this first frame against Sabathia.
He won't throw that changeup very often, around 10% of the time, but nice block by Sanchez.
CC has really reinvented himself the last 3 seasons with the cut fastball. Changed his arc a little bit. And that one misses. CC with a stare down. And it's 3 balls and a strike on the Red Sox shortstop.
It's one of those pitches that probably is at the top of the strike zone, but because the catcher has to reach across his body with so much movement, you don't always get the call. He didn't get it there.
Ian Kinsler waits to hit next. And the number 5 hitter Bogaerts in a hitter's count at 3-1 with 2 on and 2 away in the first inning. We're just underway in this game 4 of the American League Division Series. Walked him. Bases are loaded. What an opportunity here for Boston. A chance to strike first and put the Yankees on their heels right away.
And after a cycle last night by Brock Holt, you said tough league. He doesn't make the lineup today. Ian Kinsler back in there, and he's up with the bases loaded.
Alex Cora said he sent Ian Kinsler a text last night after the bus returned to the hotel, said, "You're in there against Sabathia tomorrow for game 4. Kinsler replied, "Are you sure?" That's the way Cora has played it. The matchups with Holt and Kinsler. They are loaded up. Kinsler, a fly ball, left field, long run over for Gardner, and he's got it. Brett Gardner had a long way to go for that one. He makes the play to end the inning. Boston strands them loaded. Now it's the Yankees' turn against Porcello. juggles his lineup tonight. Here's how it starts with Erin Hicks, Aaron Judge, and Didi Gregorius. Giancarlo Stanton, the designated hitter, then Luke Voigt, followed by Neil Walker, Gary Sanchez, Gleyber Torres, Brett Gardner round out the starting 9 for Aaron Boone and the Yankees, and Rick Porcello on the mound for Boston.
17 wins this year. His 2 best starts of the season both came against the Yankees in April and August.
And a high drive into center field. Hicks sending Bradley back to the wall. He makes the catch with his back up against the wall. And a long loud out on the first pitch for Porcello of this game 4.
Well, both teams making a bid here early in the game. Bradley Jr. just so good in center field, makes it look easy. A play that should have been tough. I was talking about those starts by Porcello, a 2-hitter in April over 7 innings, a 1-hitter in a 9-inning complete game shutout. Only gave up a home run to Miguel Andujar.
Andujar not in the starting lineup tonight for the Yankees. Neil Walker gets the call at third instead. Here is Aaron Judge. Judge failed to homer last night. That's newsworthy because he had homered in his first 3 games of this postseason, starting in the wild card game in the first inning of the wild card game. He has 6 homers in his last 9 postseason games, however, and a swing and a miss.
That's what Lauren was talking about in the open about Rick Porcello. When he first came in this league, he used to sink it and slide it. He can elevate that fastball now against the home run hitters.
Now the old numbers on Porcello, ground ball pitcher, gets a lot of balls in the dirt. Not the case anymore. He has jumped the launch angle revolution, and he is pitching up in the strike zone. Wouldn't necessarily call him a fly ball pitcher. You wouldn't necessarily want to be that at Yankee Stadium, but he gets a lot of swings and misses, and he gets a lot of weak contact pop-ups when he's right. And there's a roller with the shift on. Bogaerts throwing on the run for out number 2 as Aaron Judge is retired. Heard Pedro Martinez and Jimmy Rollins on the pregame show talking about Rick Porcello, Ronnie, and he's been a very consistent pitcher. Pedro pointing out how he keeps hitters off balance and has a good chance to go deep in this game was the theme. Why is that for Porcello in an environment like this?
Well, he'll throw 4 or 5 different pitches at you. He'll mix it up all game long. But he's had his seasons. Every other season is great, as he's had a couple 11-17s and 9-15.
First pitch to Didi Gregorius is in there for a strike.
When I think of Rick Porcello, it's just that his ability to not only pitch in, out, up, and down, and with a variety of pitches, which.
And back upstairs, and a swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes on Gregorius, hitting in the 3-hole tonight for Aaron Boone. A 22-win season of 2016 for Porcello, his Cy Young Award winning year, at a 3.15 ERA that season. And a swing and a miss. He goes up the ladder again, and Gregorius obliges. 3 up, 3 down. A strikeout for Porcello to get his night started. We're off and running. Game 4. We head to the 2nd inning with the Red Sox coming to bat. You can follow every postseason moment with At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. It's the only place to get it all. Live radio feeds, video highlights, pitch tracking, StatCast, and much more. Download MLB At Bat today. CC Sabathia back to work as we go to the second inning, stranding the bases loaded in the first. 2 singles and a walk with 2 outs. And Eduardo Nunez drives one right field. That's going to hang up for Judge. He'll make the catch for out #1.
You know, Brian, as we get to the bottom of this order, I was just thinking on the Andrew Benintendi ground out to Voit, where he made a beautiful diving play to get the force out at first base. If at the bottom of this order, the bunt for a base hit might come into play against CC Sabathia.
And CC Sabathia has taken exception to bunting on him in the past. He has that reputation. That would certainly not apply here in the postseason. And the Red Sox have proven they will put the ball on the ground a little bit. Notably, though, that CC Sabathia has not had a putout all year at first base. So that's not a familiar cover for him these days at 38 years of age. Put a premium on the right side defense for the Yankees. The shift is on for Bradley. The Red Sox are trying to do what only one team in postseason history has done. That is win 4 consecutive games against the Yankees on the road at Yankee Stadium. The Tigers did it last. That was across 2 postseasons. The division series of 2011. Sabathia was a part of that as well. The Doug Fister closeout game in Game 5, and then the ALCS of 2012. The Tigers won the first 2 in that one. Doesn't happen much. 2-1 and a strike right on the edge. 2-2 to Jackie Bradley Jr.
Well, this is the reason he got the shift. He looked at defensive players. They're almost right in the middle, except for the shortstop Gregorius, right in the middle of those little slices of pie.
2-2 and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Sabathia's first out, #2 of the second inning. And let's check in with Lauren Shahadi. What do you have, Lauren?
Brian, Alex Cora sat down for dinner with his team before the series to tell his young guys that Yankee Stadium is just different in the postseason. It's alive, and taking the crowd out of it is the biggest key. And last night, Cora said, even though in the first inning we hit 3 right to Brett Gardner, you saw Mookie swing at the first pitch, which he hasn't done in a while. We wanted to let them know we're here, we're unfazed, and we're going to be just fine.
Has plenty of experience here, doesn't he, Lauren? Alex Cora won a World Series title as a player, as a member of the Boston Red Sox, also won one last year, bench coach of the Houston Astros.
As intimidating as this place can be when it's on fire, it's very welcoming when you can make it quiet.
Christian Vasquez batting in the 9 spot tonight. He gets the start, and as Lauren mentioned in her opening piece, this is the first time Vasquez has caught Rick Porcello all year. You got to go back to spring training the last time he actually caught him. That didn't count as an official game. You got to go back to last season, the last time he caught Porcello in a regular game, which was a postseason game in the division series last year. It's been Sandy Leon who has been the primary catcher for Porcello. He's caught all but one of his games this season. Blake Swihart caught the other.
Porcello pacing in the dugout. Sometimes these postseason games hard to sit down,
especially with these 2 lineups. A lot of pitches per plate appearance. Both teams do a lot of damage. 2 triple-digit winning teams this season. Vasquez takes a ball down and in, so another 2-out base runner. The Red Sox already with 4 2-out base runners. That's the second walk issued by Sabathia. And back to the top of the order in Mookie Betts. How many times around the order is CC Sabathia going to go through here tonight? First time through, Red Sox with 2 hits, 7 at-bats, 2 walks.
You know, Brian, walks can happen, and pitchers hit themselves over walks, but when it's to the 9th place hitter to turn over the lineup to bring bets up, difficult to do that.
Betts, the batting champion in the American League this season. That's a jam shot foul. That cut fastball by Sabathia. Look at the location where it ended up. Well in off the plate, and yet Betts still offered at it. Jammed himself for strike 2.
Well, he's so quick inside that if the pitch is there, he won't be able to keep it fair.
In the air to right, routine for Aaron Judge. And Sabathia survives Betts, who is 0 for 2 in the early going. 2 scoreless for the big man from California. Let's take a look at tonight's playmakers presented by the Chrysler Pacifica. The Houston Astros awaiting the winner of this Red Sox-Yankees series. George Springer is at it again. 7 homers in a 7-game span. He is on a pretty impressive leaderboard. MVP of the World Series last year, George Springer. You got a Garrick posting on there. Reggie Jackson. It's just a stroll through Monument Park.
And Carlos Beltran.
Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Saw him before the game. He's here every day. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. A little flare is foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes as we are underway in the bottom of the 2nd. Stanton, Voit, and Neil Walker will bat against Rick Porcello. Made quick work of the Yankees in the 1st inning. 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. And the spray chart in the infield for Stanton. Thus the shift is on. Kinsler, Bogaerts, and Nunez on the left side. And a little rollover coming to Nunez. Got to hurry. Nunez throws, and it is in time for the out. First base umpire Fielden Colbreth brings him up for out number 1, and 4 in a row for Porcello.
What makes this play so difficult because of Stanton is Nunez has got to play almost in the outfield, and he had to charge that one and throw on the run, and makes a perfect toss.
And I'm sure for Eduardo Nunez, glad to see one in the strike zone at first base, as he had some throwing troubles in game 2 in Boston. It was Devers who got the start at third base last night. Nunez back in there against Sabathia tonight. Luke Voigt missed one right down the heart. And Nunez again got a good throw, and 2 up and 2 down. And 3 ground ball outs for Rick Porcello as he's turning himself back into Detroit Tiger Rick Porcello with the ground balls.
Well, that one game I was talking about that he had at Fenway Park, complete game, only gave up a run, only gave up 1 hit, 86 pitches to get through those 9 innings.
Been featuring a terrific curveball as he's gone up the ladder. A lot of pitchers in the game now, as you see Neil Walker batting with 2 outs. You think about pitching in pairs as Walker lines one to right. Neil Walker had been 0 for his last 27 in his postseason career, and delivers with a base hit his first time up, wasting no time to get on the board.
Think about it this way: Alex Cora hit on all of his picks last night with Brock Holt, with Rafael Devers. Maybe it's Aaron Boone's night tonight to hit on his pick.
Walker's been a very versatile player for him. It brings up Sanchez now, and off David Price in game 2, the first of his 2 home runs. Eduardo Rodriguez gave up the longest home run of this series thus far, 479-foot 3-run blast. And a 4 RBI game in game 2. But last night the Red Sox held Sanchez 0 for 4. Nathan Eovaldi was on his A game last night. It's 7 innings, just 1 run. Kind of got washed under with all of the offense for Boston. 16 runs and 18 hits, but Eovaldi pitched a gem, another gem against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, securing that game 3 victory.
That first pitch out of the stretch always is a little uneasy for a pitcher. I remember I used to always throw to first, even if it was a slow runner, because you could replicate that throw from the stretch to first before you had to make an official pitch.
And he slings that curveball in there for a strike. Retired the first 5 batters. And after the Walker single, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Sanchez. 14 strikes of the 16 pitches he's thrown for Rick Porcello. And a bouncing ball out to the shortstop. Bogaerts throws on the run, no problem. And the ground balls are coming here for Porcello, even with the elevated pitches. 2 scoreless for both starters tonight in game 4. American League Division Series presented by T-Mobile continues Thursday if necessary right here on TBS. Pre-game coverage of the decisive Game 5 starts at 6:30 Eastern. Game coverage of the Yankees-Red Sox at Fenway 7:30 Eastern. 2018 National League Championship Series begins Friday at 8 on FS1. It's Brewers-Dodgers. TBS, your exclusive home of the 2018 American League postseason. And that hit him as Benintendi starts this third inning. Grazed by the Sabathia offering, and a man is on to start the third inning for Boston.
Well, Jackie Bradley Jr. came up in the second. The first pitch was inside, just missed him. Same with this pitch. It's supposed to be a cutter away. It backs up and just catches him on the outside of the tricep and his jersey.
And so Boston now with 5 base runners in the first 3 innings here against Sabathia. Sabathia was able to strand the bases loaded on a fly ball out by Kinsler in the first. Left one on last inning. Steve Pearce pulls one foul. Pearce with a couple of RBI singles in this division series. His 2 hits have both produced runs. He's 2 for 7 coming in. Now 3 hits for the series after a 2-out single in the first. They put a shift on for Pearce. It can make for an awkward double play. He hits one on the ground to the left side. Second baseman Torres has to go hard to the bag. Strong-armed second baseman. Red Sox have had a lot of success stealing bases against the Yankees this year. They've only been caught once.
Benintendi's got a good sized lead, though. Also, that ball hit to the left of Torres. If he has to go too far, he's only going to be able to get 1 out, and that'll be at first base in this kind of defensive deployment that the Yankees have.
Benintendi has 2 steals in this division series, has not been caught. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crowded him. That cut fastball. 2-1 to Pearce. Had him out in front of a changeup. Pearce with a 2-strike single in the first inning. Sabathia's got him 2-2 here with a man on to start the third.
Remember watching CC Sabathia early in his career. It was swing and miss city all game long, and now very difficult. He wants the ball to be put on the ground, put into action, maybe turn 2.
Been a big game pitcher in windows throughout his career. In the air to center field, little jam shot. That's going to fall. Benintendi will turn and head to third. And another hit for Steve Pearce. He's 2 for 2. Boston knocking at the door once again. 2 on, first and third with nobody out in the third inning.
Steve Pearce now 14 for 40 off CC Sabathia, and it was a good pitch. He just powerful enough to, on this jam shot, to punch it into right center field. Benintendi's been running this entire series. 2 stolen bases, and here first to third.
Red Sox do that about as well as anyone in the big leagues. They have a lot of speed. They're a very aggressive base running team. That was a no-brainer for Benintendi on the little flare, and now it puts JD Martinez at the plate. Nobody out. Martinez had a sacrifice fly yesterday, drove in 2 runs yesterday, had a couple of walks. 3-run home run in game 1 in his first at bat as a Red Sox in the postseason. That was a Game 1 victory for Boston. With runners in scoring position in this series, Martinez has 2 hits. And one of those, the 3-run home run in Game 1. He's 2 for 5. Boston has thrived with runners in scoring position. Stats are going to be swayed after last night, where they were 9 for 20. But gaudy numbers across the board for Boston. They've cashed them in. The 1-1 and a high fly ball into left center field. And Hicks will make the catch. Benintendi will tag. And Boston is on the board. It's a sacrifice fly for J.D. Martinez. 1-0 Red Sox.
Well, the hit by pitch cost CC Sabathia and the Yankees, as Martinez just missed hitting that ball out of here. Benintendi tagged up and scored a run. Steve Pearce could have tagged up from first base, but did not have a great read on it.
And for J.D. Martinez, his 6th RBI of this division series in Game 4. 1 out, runner at first. Here comes Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts drew a 2-out walk in the first inning that loaded the bases.
This crowd wants to give it to Angel Hernandez since the pitch number 1.
Saw that conversation between Sabathia and the home plate umpire after the first inning. Friendly conversation for now. And that one on the edge. A little changeup drops in for a strike. Sabathia knows that inside corner, and playing off that inside corner a couple of inches could mean the difference in a win or a loss here tonight. You start to get the hitters thinking about strikes in there. You'll see a lot of broken bats and weak contact with that cutter. Fires that one on the outside corner and gets the call for strike 2. That's the one he wanted.
Well, that was supposed to be in, but he caught the outside corner. He hasn't thrown a curveball since he gave up the base hit in the first inning to Steve Pearce.
Here's a 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Xander Bogaerts, a career year this year. Big run producer. Driving in 103 runs this season. And he takes a ball low. And so now the count is 3-2.
There's a couple of change-ups in a row. Trying to get Bogaerts to fish after those pitches in the dirt. Nice play by Sanchez.
Keeps a runner at first, keeps a double play opportunity in check for Sabathia.
You remember last night's game that Alex Cora was very aggressive with no outs and a 3-2 count, sent Rafael Devers. Steve Pearce, the veteran, doesn't have that kind of speed. But with the 1-0 lead, who knows from Alex?
A 3-2. Runner does go, and a little tapper back to the mound. Sabathia fires to first for the out. Second out. Pearce advancing to second base. Red Sox have another runner in scoring position, but there are 2 outs here in this 3rd inning. And Sabathia will face Ian Kinsler now.
Well, the big man got off the mound nicely here. Spin move and a dart to first base. I don't think he would have had to play at second even if they had not sent the runner. But aggressive again, Alex Cora and the Red Sox.
There is activity in the Yankees bullpen. David Robertson getting loose. And a short start yesterday from Luis Severino. This will be an all hands on deck scenario for Aaron Boone tonight. Took a lot of criticism. Actually, that gets by Sanchez, and on his way to third base goes Pearce.
It's not many times you see a changeup get past the catcher, even if there's a cross-up. 84 miles an hour changeup.
Wow.
It's almost like Sanchez never saw it out of the hand of CC Sabathia.
Never moved his glove.
And they never met or talked afterwards, so Sanchez couldn't have been crossed up.
Maddening for a pitcher. There are 2 outs, but it does put a runner at third. Brings in the wild pitch. That will be scored as a wild pitch. And Kinsler takes a ball. Kinsler with a couple of home runs against Sabathia. Didn't start last night. Did play last night. Had a hit and a walk. He scored a run. Two and one.
Kinsler just missed hitting one out of here with the bases loaded to end the first inning.
Well, another base hit for Boston could certainly tighten the screws on Aaron Boone. That one's hit hard left field. Gardner can't make the play. Bounces off the wall. Pearce scores. Kinsler into second base with an RBI double. It is 2-0 Boston. And that's got the Yankees dugout stirring as Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, goes to the phone.
Well, a lot of people had to be wondering why Brock Holt wasn't in the game after last night's effort, but Kinsler has great numbers against Sabathia. Gardner almost makes this play in left field. Ball just hit too hard and beat him to the spot.
And the Red Sox shimmy is underway early. 4 hits for Boston, 2 of them in this inning. 2 hits, a hit batter, and now another base hit. Nunez into left field. Kinsler's going to turn and head home. It's going to be 3-0 Red Sox. Eduardo Nunez with a 2-out RBI single. His first RBI of the postseason. And Boston back in business here in Game 4 early.
Well, Boston's now 6 for 13 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. That's a fantastic number, and Nunez gets on the board.
Long faces early. Spike Lee made his own call to the bullpen. Aaron Boone's going to let it ride with Sabathia with the left-handed hitting Jackie Bradley Jr. Could be his last hitter, and Bradley takes a strike. A 3-run third for the Red Sox. That 3-run number has been a big number for Boston, regular season and postseason. They're 11-0 against the Yankees when they score 3 or more runs this year. They are 85-5 when they lead by 3 runs or more at any point in a game. You stretch out the lead, and they keep adding on as well as anyone. 0-2 the count. And a big chopper off the plate. Voit is there. He'll make the tag to end the inning. So Boone lets it ride with Sabathia. He does get the lefty, but the Red Sox score 3 times. RBIs from Martinez, Kinsler, and Nunez. Kinsler Nunez with the RBIs, a 3 spot in the 3rd. Don't forget Tiger versus Phil Friday after Thanksgiving weekend, November 23rd. You can watch Capital One's The Match on BR Live. So now Porcello staked to a lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Gleyber Torres will lead off for the Yankees. Porcello with 4 ground ball outs has a strikeout. Only hit a Neil Walker single to right.
And 2 of the rookies that were such a big part of this ball club all season long, Torres and Andujar. Andujar not in the lineup, and Torres has not hit a lot here in the division series so far.
1 for 3 yesterday, Gleyber Torres. He's 3 for 12 in the postseason. That includes a wild card game as he pops one into foul territory. Porcello is just a fascinating study on the mound for a guy who no longer refers to himself as a sinker ball pitcher. Remember the sinker slider days of Porcello, and yet his ground ball rate has continued to increase. That one's driven into left center field. Benintendi runs it down. They had him shaded in the gap, and Benintendi able to fetch that one in deep left center field. It is out number 1.
Well, we talked about this defensive outfield for the Red Sox. Chris Sale in the first game said sometimes you watch how they go about their business out there. It seems like they have 4 outfielders. And great play by Benintendi. Appreciated by Porcello.
Benintendi, Bradley, and Betts, they cover as much ground as anyone. All throw the ball very well. Bradley and Betts especially, with great arms. Here is Brett Gardner with 1 away. Gardner is 0 for 7. He has walked 3 times. And now starting in his 3rd consecutive game. Started the last 2 games, which was game 2 and game 3 of this division series, with Erin Hicks out with a hamstring injury. See Zach Britton. He's been throwing in the Yankee bullpen, so it looks like he's a bet to come on for the 4th, to start the 4th. Red Sox will have Vasquez, Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi coming up. 9, 1, and 2.
Porcello pouring strikes here early. Well, I got 2 numbers for you. In the shutdown inning ERA for Porcello this year, 5.12. And his last 7 starts at Yankee Stadium, despite growing up only 40 miles from here and a Yankee fan, he's 1-4 with a 5.5 ERA. So he hasn't always pitched well here, especially late.
He's off to a good start here tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gardner. Leans out over 1. 1 big hop for Kinsler, and there is out number 2 for Rick Porcello. Moments ago, Lauren caught up with Red Sox manager Alex Cora.
Alex, lots of strikes and ground balls for Porcello. Are you seeing what you wanted to see?
Yeah, they came out swinging, so you know, we just got to keep pitching to the edges of the strike zone, keep using that fastball up, and hopefully he can give us a quality start.
You brought in Steve Pearce to hit lefties. What can you say about the job he's done?
I mean, he's a good hitter. He can hit lefties and righties. Right before we traded him, he was swinging the bat well for the Blue Jays. We needed a right-handed hitter. He's here, and he's doing an outstanding job.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Lauren, and thanks to Alex Cora between innings, giving us a little bit of time. Steve Pearce making his tour of the American League East. All since 2012, he has played for all 5 teams in the division, and he's made an impact in this postseason. Erin Hicks back to the top of the order. Little jam shot foul. Now between Nathan Eovaldi and Rick Porcello, 95 strikes, 29 balls on the board. Porcello tonight, Ronnie, to your point, 27 pitches. He's got 23 strikes in 2 2/3, giving up just the 1 hit to Neil Walker. An impressive start. And his Red Sox have given him a 3-0 lead with which to work. Hicks pops it up. Only man over there on the shift is Nunez. He's got it, and a 3-up, 3-down inning for Rick Porcello, a shutdown inning for the Red Sox starter. Official caps, t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys, jackets, and more. Find all the gear you need all postseason long at MLBshop.com. Aaron Boone does make a change on the mound. CC Sabathia is out. 3 innings for him, and another left-hander coming in, Zach Britton. 3-0 Boston here in the 4th.
Acquired by the Orioles in the middle of the season. 25 innings and 25 relief appearances for Zach. Those are his numbers with both Baltimore and the Yankees this summer.
Pretty good amount of games for a pitcher who did not make his first outing until the 2nd week of June. The Achilles tear. It's been a pretty impressive comeback for him with an injury like that as he deals strike 1 to Vasquez. Vasquez with a walk, his first time up. Shows bunt. Able to pull the bat back. Ball 2.
2 years ago, Britton had an amazing season. 67 innings pitched, only 4 earned runs allowed with 47 saves.
Not just one of the great seasons that season, but one of the great closing seasons in the history. Fly ball right field. Vasquez sending Judge back. Got some carry, and this ball's going to bounce out. It's a home run for Vasquez. 4-0 Boston as Vasquez goes deep. Well, what a feeling that's got to be for him. He was put in the starting lineup last night. Had a terrific night at the plate. Delivers with a long ball tonight.
Well, this ball just kept traveling and traveling and dumps right in the front row for Vasquez and the Red Sox.
2 hits last night. His first career postseason home run here in the 4th inning. Boston up 4-0. Vasquez hitting in the 9 spot tonight. On base twice with the walk and the homer. Mookie Betts, a swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned the number on the Red Sox having a chance to win 4 consecutive postseason games at Yankee Stadium here. Only been done once by the Tigers, as Betts swing and a miss. Down he goes on strikes. In those 4 games, this being the 4th, the Red Sox have jumped out to leads of 4-0, 6-0, 10-0, and now 4-0 again tonight.
Here's a swing again by Vasquez. Just a fastball up and out over the plate. Hit it where it was pitched.
And his first career postseason home run for the catcher they call Mini Yachty after Yadier Molina. One of the 3 catchers that Alex Cora has on his division series roster. We've seen them all. Sandy Leon got the starts in the first 2 games. We saw Swihart get his first action last night in right field. Actually, he's more of a utility man that can catch. Benintendi with 1 away. Well, this crowd is quiet. Boston doing exactly what they did last night. A hyped crowd to start, very loud at Yankee Stadium, and not a whole lot to cheer about here as Billy Crystal going to capture a moment. Boy, 20-1 is the run differential at +19 for Alex Cora's bunch in the games here in New York after that 16-1 win yesterday. 16 runs on 18 hits last night, 4 runs on 6 hits already. A 3 spot in the 3rd and 1 more here in the 4th as Britton strikes out Benintendi. Back-to-back Ks after the home run. And let's give you a look at our StatCast numbers powered by Amazon Web Services StatCast AI. Doesn't take much to get one out of Yankee Stadium that direction. A 338-foot homer.
This is Britton's 3rd appearance in this series. Always was known for his great sinking fastball. His slider has played better in this series than the fastball.
Steve Pearce takes ball 1. Couple of hits tonight for Pearce. Singled and scored in the 3-run inning last inning. And there's a hot shot. Nice play by Gregorius. And a pick on the other end by Voit. That was well done on both ends. It was a top spin line drive that on the bounce came up on Gregorius. Heck of a play, man. Well done, DD. Inning is over, but the Red Sox get 1 more. Christian Vasquez with a homer to make it 4-0 Boston. This postseason, T-Mobile is again going to bat for hurricane recovery. You can help every time you tweet hashtag HR4HR. T-Mobile will donate another $1 to Team Rubicon. Now, between innings, the in-house productions here at Yankee Stadium trying to get this crowd into it after the Red Sox put 4 on the board and encouraging their team to mount a comeback as we begin the 4th inning. Rick Porcello has been on his A game thus far. He's only given up 1 hit run. That came on a Neil Walker single in the 2nd inning.
First pitch on the knees, first strike. Second pitch on the knees, inside corner, first strike.
He got judged to ground out on a high fastball his first time up, and a little cut fastball misses.
He throws a sinker, slider, 4-seamer, curve, and change. All of those pitches he throws at least 12% of the time. So a real assortment of pitches you'll get from Rick Porcello.
And little darts in and darts out, darts up. Anything he can do to keep the ball off the barrel of the bat. Goes up the ladder again. Judge a towering fly ball. And Betts will make the play for the out. Rick Porcello, he's only pitched out of the stretch to 1 batter in this game.
Well, he's been able to use, as we talked about before, that was a slider, that's a curveball, that's this little changeup. Goes up in the, well, it's supposed to go up in the strike zone with that one. That one was down. Change up to Gardner for another ground ball.
32 pitches, 27 strikes. And 1 away for Didi Gregorius. And there's a line drive into right center, base hit. That will split the gap. Bradley cuts it off. Gregorius into second with a belly flop. It's a double. Second hit for the Yankees.
Well, gets a first pitch slider from Porcello and hits it right in the gap. A bullet that Bradley Jr. ran down, but the belly flop or Superman slide into second base. Not taking any chances is Didi.
Especially with Bradley throwing. It's a 1-out double. And back in the stretch for just the 2nd time tonight goes Rick Porcello. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. And he takes the first pitch for a ball. Both hits coming on the first pitch tonight. Walker ambushed in the 2nd inning for a single to right. And then Gregorius wasting no time for his 1-out double.
The Yankees, to get back in this game, are going to have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. They scored over 50% of their runs via the home run. 267, a major league record. 27 home runs given up by Porcello this season.
Giancarlo Stanton hit 38 of those home runs. 2-0 the count on Stanton. Broken bat. Shift was on. Kinsler's right there. And the 2nd out of the inning. Over to third goes Gregorius. Porcello just boring in on Giancarlo Stanton. Hit him right above the knuckles.
6th ground ball out he's gotten so far in this game.
1 for their last 18 are the Yankees with runners on base. Gregorius ends up at third, and here is Luke Voit.
Porcello from the windup with 2 outs.
Started his season 5-0, won his first 4 decisions of the year. 5 of his first 7. Got off to a great start. One of those wins against the Yankees. A little half swing by Voit, and he checks it. Evens a count at a ball and a strike.
Here's the side swing here from Voit. Does he go? So strong, able to hold that swing up.
By the way, did you note the catcher Vasquez where his glove was and where Porcello hit it? Didn't even move. Big swing and a foul.
That's the first time he's maybe missed his spot. That ball up instead of down and in. Got away with it.
We gave you the impressive Red Sox numbers with runners in scoring position. The Yankees are on the other end of the ledger. Just 3 hits in 22 at-bats with a runner in scoring position. Facing elimination tonight. Trying to force a Game 5 at Fenway. And a breaking ball, roller out to Nunez. And a good throw to get Voit, and the inning is over. So the Yankees with a 1-out double. Voit slams his helmet. Rick Porcello staked to a 4-0 lead as we head to the 5th inning in Game 4.
MLB postseason on TBS is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Step up to the plate for savings. Visit progressive.com. And by Sprint. Switch today.
Boston's been on the attack once again tonight. They've scored 4 on 6 hits, including a home run by Christian Vasquez, which was the first batter that Zach Britton faced in the 4th inning. Now J.D. Martinez starts it for Boston. Xander Bogaerts to follow, then Ian Kinsler. Martinez with an infield hit in the 1st inning, a little jam shot, and then a sacrifice fly his next time up. Saw David Robertson getting loose while Sabathia was on the mound and in trouble in that 3-run 3rd inning. But then no Robertson to start the inning. He goes with Britton instead. Why do you think that is?
Well, Robertson, the former closer, has really morphed into a guy that will get you out of a tough inning with runners on base. Britton has always been that guy who's been the closer who would start an inning, and that's why he went with the left-hander against the right-handed hitting Vasquez.
Part of the story for Aaron Boone and the Yankees, he was trying to get Severino through that game last night. Eovaldi was able to pitch out of trouble with men on base. Severino was not. But he does have all of his A relievers ready and multi-inning A relievers here tonight. So the idea, if you're Aaron Boone, try to hold the Red Sox at 4 and give your prolific offense a chance to come back. Easier said than done the way Rick Porcello is pitching right now. He has been outstanding. Martinez had a great run last year, traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks, helped Arizona into the postseason. They won the wild card game and then into the NLDS. But he has found a home with the Red Sox in that multi-year contract. And what a year he produced. Some players, you don't know how they're going to respond when they get the big deal. And did he ever respond? The hitting guru that he is, 130 runs batted in. He had 43 home runs.
I feel like we talk about more players that are free agents. Their first year is a tough year in their new environment, making all that money.
Yeah, in one of the toughest environments with expectations, but he has delivered in Boston. There's a chopper out to short. Nice and easy hop for Bogaerts. And Martinez is retired. Gives us a chance to hear from Casey Stern. He's in our Atlanta studios. What do you have there, Casey? All right, Casey, thank you. Good setup for what is ahead. This is the Lone Division Series, yet to be determined. Xander Bogaerts batting with one away. Now the Houston Astros are awaiting the winner of this series between Boston and New York. Astros swept the Indians
in dominating fashion. Like their offense is, as an entire team has woken up all at the same time.
Little tapper off the glove of Britton, and this is going to work for a base hit for Bogaerts. The Yankee pitcher could not field his position, and Bogaerts will reach on an infield hit. That's the second infield hit for Boston tonight.
Second ball topped by Bogaerts that CC Sabathia made a fine play on, but Britton could not make it, just off the end of his glove. It's one of those, it's no man's land. If the pitcher doesn't make the play is not going to be made.
Coming down off the slope, couldn't get his feet organized. And Bogaerts is on. And Kinsler at the plate. Now we'll see how aggressive the Red Sox will be. Kinsler with a double and an RBI in the third, scored a run, scored the third run, drove in the second run of that 3-run frame. Talking about the Astros, there's been an interesting trend developing in the postseason thus far. So the team that has scored first has won 13 games compared to only 2 losses, but the 2 losses were by the Indians in that 3-game sweep by the Astros. And the defending world champion Astros are awaiting their opponent and getting healthy at the right time. Yankees get David Robertson back up in the bullpen under the watchful eye of Mike Harkey, the bullpen coach. Got a lot of weapons down there, but it looks like Robertson is the get out of jam guy for Aaron Boone, at least through these middle innings. Runner at first, one away. Kinsler fouls it away.
You know, we went to talk to Alex Cora before the game. We were asking him about his offense and 16 runs. All he could talk about was the hit and run with Vasquez and Brock Holt earlier in the game. He thought that really kind of swung the tide for his team, and they added on from there.
He's pushed all the right buttons, hasn't he?
So far.
This matchup of first-year managers, Alex Cora and Aaron Boone. First time that has ever happened in a Major League postseason with two first-year managers. Alex Cora's Red Sox set a franchise record for wins this year with 108, second most wins ever for a rookie manager. The Yankees' Ralph Houck managed the 61 Yanks to 109 wins. Aaron Boone's team on 100. No balls, 2 strikes, and out in front, a swing and a miss. Strikeout for Britton. Kinsler is gone, and it is the 3rd strikeout for the left-hander.
That's that breaking ball from Britain that has been so effective in this division series. There was a time, especially his great year in 2016, he could just throw those bowling ball sinkers up there one after another, and no one could hit it and no one could elevate it.
Two-men are out for Eduardo Nunez. Had a 2-out RBI single his last time up. Drove one into left field. And that one is into right field. Judge on the run, and he's there. Got a good jump, makes it easy. And that will retire the side. So Britain, 2 innings, giving up 1 run at this point. 4-0 Boston. Yankees are coming up. Welcome to this 2018 American League Division Series presented by T-Mobile. Brian Anderson with Ron Darling, Lauren Shahadi. Tonight's game produced by Scott Cockrell, directed by Matt Lipp. Great to have you with us. Neil Walker will lead off for the Yankees.
Got a base hit on first pitch from Porcello on a fastball. Went right back after him.
And gets strike 1 on Neil Walker.
4 innings pitched, only 41 pitches, 33 strikes.
And to all but 3 batters, he has gotten ahead with strike 1. First start for Neil Walker. We've seen him in there defensively. Walker did have an at-bat last night, struck out. He's been playing first base defensively for Foyt. Gets a start at third base tonight for Andujar. And curveball misses. 2 balls and a strike. Started his career with the Pirates. The Pittsburgh kid, was a great quarterback, all-state quarterback in Pittsburgh. Found his way to the Mets, then the Brewers, and now here with the Yankees in the postseason. And a swing and a miss. 2-2 the count on Walker. 29-year-old Rick Porcello. He'll turn 30 in December. West Orange, New Jersey, in Seton Hall Prep. into center field, hit right on the barrel, but right at Jackie Bradley Jr. And there is out number 1. Retiring the first batter of this 5th inning, Porcello. Bleacher Report gives you the moments that matter faster. Download the BR app today. Rick Porcello played his prep ball not too far from here at Yankee Stadium on Verducci Field. And our good friend Tom Verducci, his father, Tony, was a legendary coach there. And Porcello has donated to that prep school as well. There is a facility named after him. Sanchez turns on one down into the corner, a foul ball. Got to be a thrill for Porcello to have another run at the Yankees. He has plenty of experience.
Just a little quick by Sanchez on that hanging slider from Porcello. When you look at Porcello in the postseason, Brian, he's had 4 starts, 0-2, ERA close to 6. But that's all made up for a kid from around here, grew up a Yankee fan, to have a big postseason start here.
6 years with the Tigers, 3 different postseasons with Detroit. Made a couple of starts for the Tigers in those years. He had a lot of postseason appearances out of the bullpen during those 6 years. Now in his 4th year as a member of the Red Sox, and his 3rd start and his 5th game pitched out of the bullpen in game 1. Sanchez doesn't bite on the high fastball.
Vasquez is a shorter type catcher, so when he stands up and gives that target, he's almost in full stand-up mode.
That's a Yogi mode a little bit, right? Back before they had the breaks in the catcher's gloves, it was a 2-hand game back then for catchers. In the air to left center field, hit well. Benintendi and Bradley on the run, and it's down. Base hit, that'll bounce out. It's a double for Gary Sanchez. A 1-out double. And the Yankees have a man on. That is their 2nd extra base hit, their 3rd overall hit of this game against Porcello.
Well, Sanchez pulled the first breaking ball foul, but got a lot of it, and this one he did not miss. Looked like for a second that Benintendi was going to make his 2nd great catch of the evening, but the ball was hit too hard by Sanchez.
Yankees know they have to cash in. Being shut out through the first 4 innings. Another chance to score. Runner at second, 1 away, and Torres takes a ball. Gleyber Torres has been the Yankees' top producer with runners in scoring position. There's the hook, and a good one. Check in with Lauren. She's got more on Gleyber Torres.
BA back at the deadline, Brian Cashman declared Gleyber Torres untouchable. He said his ceiling is just too high, and as a 16-year-old out of Venezuela, he was a top talent in the international free agent class. Everyone wanted him. Ended up with the Cubs. Yankees got him in 2016. Cashman and the scouts saying, "We got our guy." And when Cashman's asked, "Why won't we part with him?" Cashman says, "Come on, I have to walk around this city."
Yeah, and that was the deal for Aroldis Chapman, who went to the Chicago Cubs. Chapman would come back and sign with the Yankees. Not only did they get their guy, then they got their other guy back.
That's all right. The Cubs will take that trade.
Yeah, the Cubs won a World Series that season. 2 balls and a strike. Gleyber Torres, a wave and a miss. That breaking ball is giving him fits tonight. Brett Gardner is on deck. 21-year-old Gleyber Torres, an all-star this season, trying to deliver the first Yankee run. The 2-2 looked like he wanted to go. He's able to check his swing, and the count goes full.
It was interesting. Vasquez stood up like he wanted a fastball up, but he had called for the curveball.
Little tapper. Gonna let it roll, let it roll. It's gonna be a fair ball and a base hit. And Torres is aboard with an infield hit. First and third, one out for the Yankees. It's a wise move by Nunez. He had no shot to throw him out. Might as well see if it'd go foul.
Good slider from Porcello, topped by Torres to third base, and you're right. Nothing Nunez could do. Ball stayed true on the turf here at Yankee Stadium.
First time tonight the Yankees have had multiple runners on. A visit to the mound. Dana Levangie, the Red Sox pitching coach. Very efficient thus far for Rick Porcello, but he is in a spot of bother right here in the fifth with 2 on and just 1 out. And Gardner coming up, who's hitting ninth tonight. Then back to the top of the order, and Erin Hicks.
Big breath there by Rick Porcello. It doesn't matter who you are as a starting pitcher. Over the course of the game, you're going to have that inning or two that you're going to have to get out of. This is Porcello's first.
Barnes is in the bullpen. Normally the setup man for Kimbrel. Sensing a moment to get out of a jam, Cora has him throwing. Runners at the corners. Gardner pulls one foul. Just past first base coach Reggie Willits. Gardner hitless in the series, hitless in the postseason. He's 0 for 8. The 0-1 popped him up left field. Benintendi came in, now going back. Sanchez will tag. Matter of fact, both runners will tag, and the throw wisely goes to second base. It's a run for the Yankees. They're on the board. A sacrifice fly for Brett Gardner makes it 4-1 Boston.
Good at bat by Gardner. Chip away until you can get your big bats up there. Broke the ice.
2 outs in the inning now. And back to the top of the Yankee batting order for Erin Hicks, who is 0 for 2. Hicks has had a tough time with Rick Porcello, hitless in his last 19 at-bats. Against Porcello.
Remember his first swing of the game, though, on the first pitch. Went to deep center field. Backed up Bradley Jr. against the wall.
See, the shift is on. Nunez, the only infielder on the left side. A big swing and a miss. Threw him that sweeping curveball. Seeing more curveballs here in the last couple of innings for Porcello. That's been a big pitch for him this year. Pairs that with the high fastball. One of the reasons for his success. Had a great run in the first half. Much better first half than he did second half. But his second appearance in this postseason, he was excellent out of the bullpen in game 1. Hicks drives one. Right field corner. This is hooking foul. Hit it like a bullet, but just got out ahead of it. And it's 0-2 on Erin Hicks.
Well, that was that fastball that was supposed to be away. And when it left the bat, I was thinking of Reggie Jackson's home runs when he hit those 3, right? Line drives.
Hicks has been nursing a sore hamstring, dealt with it at the end of the regular season, missed a few games in the Tampa Bay series, the second to last weekend, and then tweaked it in game 1. He had already had an RBI double in that game. First time back in the lineup since game 1. Porcello's got him 0-2.
Looked like a changeup there that he hung up in the strike zone. Lucky to get that one back.
Erin Hicks has 11 home runs as a leadoff man, a 27 home run season. Had McCutchen in the leadoff spot in this series until tonight as Hicks returns. Big spot. No balls, 2 strikes. Yankees have a run in. Long pause. Porcello. And that is a foul ball up and in on him. Count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. Gets dangerous up there around the hands, wrapped around the bat.
Well, when you're behind the count, you got to stay in there as long as you can. And the check swing just gets the bat and not the hands of Hicks.
Hicks stands right on top of the plate, dares you to find that inside corner, which is a small margin. Look at that back foot creeping up toward the line. No balls, 2 strikes.
Backdoor slider just missed. Good call by Angel Hernandez, just off the plate. Fastball up and in, backdoor slider.
Vasquez made it look good, stuck the landing, but it was outside. He's giving him everything he's got, Porcello. Cutters, curveballs, changeups, fastballs.
Here comes the changeup.
1 and 2 the count. Oh, that was close. Just missed. Porcello wanted that call. And it goes to 2 and 2. He's not missing by much, hovering around the edges.
We'll see the reaction from Vasquez. He wanted that pitch. Could have gone either way.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And Hicks rolls over 1 foul.
What an at bat by Hicks. He's seen everything. Every pitch at every speed. It's the first time that Porcello has really had to work in an inning.
High stress pitches here for Rick Porcello. A run is in. Runner at first, 2 outs. Pitch number 23 of the inning for Porcello. And that's way inside. Good block back there by Vasquez. Keeps a runner at first. But the count goes full. And it'll be running time now with Aaron Judge looming large on deck.
You got to get a pitch to hit if 99's on deck, don't you?
Pitch number 9 of the at-bat. Shift is on. Torres will take off. There he goes. And a swing and a high fly ball back out in the grass. Kinsler, he wants it. He's got it. And the Red Sox able to get through the 5th. Only 1 run is in. 4-1 Boston. Red Sox coming to bat. Christian Vasquez with a home run in the 4th inning. Solo shot, his first career postseason home run, and gave the Red Sox a 4-0 lead. All smiles from his skipper after that home run to right field. That was TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. The Yankees did score in the 5th, so it's 4-1 now. David Robertson in the game in the 6th inning with Boston coming to bat. Jackie Bradley Jr. leads off and fouls off the first offering.
CC Sabathia went 3. Zach Britton 2 innings and gave up a run. They might be asking David Robertson to get them 2 innings as well.
High intensity at bat with Rick Porcello and Erin Hicks. A 9-pitch battle ends on a fly ball to the second baseman. Kinsler out in the grass on the shift. And you wonder if Porcello is done for the night. A chat with his manager. Look at Alex. He's trying to look him in the eye. We shall see. Bradley Jr. with a bouncer. Only man over there is Walker, and a close play, but it is out number 1. And that Red Sox bullpen is quiet. Just as I say that, actually, a reliever springs out of the pen, and I would say in that posture Rick Porcello is probably done, right? Leaning up on the rail.
Usually don't see that. We saw him pacing before with his jacket on. No jacket now.
Towel around his neck. Yeah, and now activity. Remember, Barnes was loosening last inning, so he certainly doesn't need much to get ready. And it looks like he's going to have the Yankees in the 6th. And if that is the case, that is a terrific start for Rick Porcello when the Red Sox are looking to him to close out the Yankees. 6 innings, 1 run.
You know, Brian, it's a good start. I personally would push Porcello deeper just because of the bullpen has not shown you exactly what you wanted to see during the majority of the year. They've struggled a bit in the first 3 games.
1-2 to Vasquez. Takes a ball. 2-2. Different circumstances for the Red Sox versus the Yankees tonight. Not an elimination game for Boston. But Alex Cora told us before the game 5-6 innings out of Porcello will be in great shape. And 5 innings, just the 1 run. That's a called strike 3 right on the corner. Robertson paints. Vasquez is out. How about this 9-pitch battle by Porcello and Hicks?
Well, really, it was a little bit of what makes Rick Porcello so good. Got away with that fastball and changeup in and up. That one, he reestablished that inside corner. Missed with a couple of pitches. Slider away, changeup down. But then on the 3-2 pitch, after the slider in, he got the high pop-up to Ian Kinsler.
In that sequence, he threw 3 changeups, including the out-getting changeup, 2 sliders, 2 fastballs, 2 curves. Any pitch, any count. Pretty much sums up Rick Porcello. And he got his man. Mookie Betts fouls this one off. No balls, 2 strikes to count on Betts, who's 0 for 3 tonight. After a 2 for 5 night last night. The batting champion in the American League. Looking for his first hit. Robertson's got him 0-2.
How many times you get to see pitch usage by a pitcher in just 1 at bat? That's what we saw against Hicks.
Defensive swing just buckled him. David Robertson 3 up 3 down with a couple of Ks. 4-1 Boston. Yankees coming up bottom of the 6th inning.
MLB postseason on TBS is brought to you by Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. And by T-Mobile. Whether you're home or away, T-Mobile has you covered.
This iconic rivalry, Red Sox-Yankees. We play in Game 4, and we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Boston has the Yankees on the brink of elimination. They're trying to make it to their 11th American League Championship Series. Yankees just scored in the 5th. Aaron Judge will lead off against Matt Barnes, the new Boston hurler.
Well, that's as good as I've seen Porcello throw, despite giving up that run in the 5th. But I think this is a classic case, as you see the numbers from Matt Barnes, of not wanting Judge to see a pitcher the 3rd time through the lineup.
Judge was 0 for 2 against Porcello. Had the fly ball out to right his last time up. Boston bullpen in this series, an ERA of 3.46. Jumped out 5-0 in Game 1. Yankees got within a run. 9 walks for the Red Sox pen in 13 relief innings in this series.
I think the theme is they pitched a lot behind in the count. That'll have to change here.
2 balls, no strikes on Judge. That one's in there.
Good pitch by Barnes. 2-0 breaking ball for a strike.
Barnes pitched in the 7th inning of Game 1 as the Yankees were mounting the comeback. Had a couple of strikeouts in that one. Did have a walk. And a swing and a miss. Got him to bite on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 through 5 in the Yankees batting order. Just the one hit. That was Didi Gregorius with the double in the 4th inning. Gregorius also had the strikeout. From 2-0 to 2-2. Barnes had been the primary setup man most of the year, averaging 14 strikeouts per 9. But he returned in late September after missing close to 3 weeks. Had inflammation in his left hip. There was a lot of concern about Barnes, how effective he would be. Just returned on September 21st in a game against the Indians. Announced him as a full go as the Red Sox hit the postseason. Here's a 3-2, and Judge chased a high fastball, fouls it away.
Good job by Judge. Get a piece of that. You know, with a 3-run lead, you would expect Barnes, even with a 3-2 count, he's got to challenge Aaron Judge here.
Alex Cora said he would not hesitate to use Barnes in a multi-inning outing out of the bullpen. Same goes for Kimbrel, and he is starting him early in this 6th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Another one. And that one's on the ground. Bogaerts ranges over, spins, fires a strike to first base. Smooth as it gets, Xander Bogaerts, and Judge is retired. Hey, don't forget, EJ, Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq, they're all back for NBA opening night on TNT. It's presented by Auto Trader. Kyrie Irving and the Celtics hosting the 76ers, followed by the Thunder against the defending champion Warriors. Check your local listings. It's the NBA on TNT. Falling behind 2-0 on Judge, comes back to get him on a ground out. Didi Gregorius now. Check in with Lauren. She's got more on the Yankees shortstop.
Well, I asked on Carlos Stanton. I know you don't want to trade places with anyone, but if you could take one person's talent as your own on this team, who would you pick? He said without hesitation, Didi Gregorius. Are you kidding me? He's a shortstop for the Yankees. Looks like he's playing pepper out there in the field. So smooth and quick on defense. And at the plate, even his check swings seem premeditated. He's one step ahead, Stanton said.
Well, Gregorius Gave the Yankees a scare, had a wrist injury. Did return to the lineup the final Friday before the end of the regular season. He missed 5 games, and torn cartilage was the diagnosis on the right wrist. And you thought right then and there that was going to be it. He may miss a full series or a good chunk of the postseason, but he came back and he actually looks like the normal Didi Gregorius from what we've seen here in the postseason.
Yeah, he hurt it on a headfirst slide into home plate. I know Aaron Boone and the Yankees were very concerned they'd go into the postseason without their shortstop.
He had missed some time, about 3 weeks, with a heel bruise on his left heel. So he hadn't had a lot of at-bats in the month of September. And certainly no pain-free at-bats. And this was the slide, the head-first slide at home plate. And that right wrist buckles. Torn cartilage. Did have a cortisone injection, and he's been able to play and play well. Always gives you a great glove defensively. Has a double tonight. He's 1 for 2. And Barnes in a 2-2 count. Popped him up. Coming in Nunez to make the call right on top of the mound for the out. 2 gone for Barnes in this 6th inning. So if you start working backwards in your Alex Cora, the way to Kimbrel, is it simply a Barnes Kimbrel 2-2 and try to win this division series round, or is there more to it, you think?
I think it's more to it. I think you're going to go with the hot hand as you go along. You go with Barnes until, well, if he doesn't falter, yeah, you get the 2 innings from him. If he does falter, then you have people in between.
Guys like Ryan Brazier and Brandon Workman. Giancarlo Stanton here with 2 away. And the first pitch misses down and away. It's the biggest difference, right, between the regular season and a postseason. This would probably be a spot for a Brazier / Workman. Then you wait for Barnes in the 7th or the 8th inning, and Kimbrel maybe with an out in the 8th or 2 outs, and then the 9th. But it all changes when you have a chance to put them away. Nice easy hop for Bogaerts. He'll wind it up and makes the play to get Stanton. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Counting the outs, the Red Sox. They are through 6 here. It is 4-1, and JD Martinez coming up for Boston as we go to the 7th inning at Yankee Stadium. This 2018 American League Division Series is presented by T-Mobile. David Robertson back on the mound. He'll start his second inning. We go to the 7th. It is 4-1 Boston. Scoring 3 in the 3rd. They added 1 on a Vasquez home run in the 4th. Andrew Benintendi will start it for the Red Sox. He's been on base tonight. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning to start the inning. CC Sabathia clipped him.
He started that rally.
While Robertson pitches in the 7th inning, Dellin Betances gets loose. Chase one, down he goes. Robertson with a strikeout of Benintendi. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Yankee pitchers, and Robertson against the Red Sox.
Curveball, fastball in, and then fastball up.
Ryan Brazier getting ready. Barnes doing the heavy lifting, pitching in the 6th inning against the heart of that Yankees batting order. Judge, Gregorius, Stanton, and a 1-2-3 inning.
Well, that's one of those setup innings that happens in the 6th.
All leading to Kimbrel in that Red Sox bullpen as Pearce takes a ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Pearce is putting together a nice division series. 2 more hits tonight. Had 2 hits that produced runs prior to this game 4. Now 4 for 10. 2 RBIs. Buckled his knees. Strike 1 for Robertson.
Red Sox are using a multitude of signs. Yankees just 1 sign. Mostly see 2 pitches from David Robertson. That good cutting fastball that he probably learned from the great Rivera, and that good hook.
And a swing and a miss. You have a pitch like that that gets a swing like that in a hitter's count. Gives you an idea of how effective Robertson still is. Big bat on deck. J.D. Martinez. Pearce in a 3-2 count, and a high fly ball foul. Pulls it into the seats. Count remains at 3-2. David Robertson on that 2009 title team. That was his 2nd year in the big leagues. Signed a big deal with the White Sox to be their closer. Traded back to the Yankees last year with Todd Frazier and Tommy Kahnle. Feels at home in Yankee pinstripes. Be a free agent at the end of the season. And there will be a lot of inquiries for David Robertson to close games next season, you would think. 33-year-old. Right now trying to close the 7th inning for Aaron Boone. A 3-2. And did he go? He did. A strikeout. Out number 2, and that's 4 consecutive Ks for David Robertson.
No, Pearce didn't think so on the 3-2 curveball. Did he hold it back? Boy, it looks similar to a lot of check swings earlier. I think he checked the swing.
Field and Cobreth, the first base umpire, disagrees, rings him up. 2 outs. J.D. Martinez now. And a big swing and a miss. Due up for the Yankees in the 7th. Luke Voit, Neil Walker, Gary Sanchez. Saw Brazier getting loose in the Red Sox pen. after Barnes works a pretty efficient 6th inning. Red Sox scored the first 4 runs, a 3-run third, added 1 in the 4th. Christian Vasquez with a homer. Yankees scored in the 5th. Sacrifice fly by Brett Gardner put New York on the board for the first time. Yankees scored just 1 run yesterday in a 16-1 Boston rout in Game 3. The 2-1. That's in there, a strike. 2-2 on Martinez. Now they're up. Count goes full. See the frustration for Roberts spiking that breaking ball in the dirt. Martinez, one of those hitters, just doesn't give an inch. Hyper focused, and that well-oiled swing. Great power to all fields. Full count, 2 outs. Robertson deals, and a line drive foul. Jumped out ahead of it.
He left that 3-2 cutter in the inside part of the plate. Problem with the cutter away. If it gets up, JD Martinez has tremendous power to right field, right center. He has tremendous power everywhere.
Pole to pole power,
yeah,
as they say.
Does.
3-2. And that's outside. Ball 4. JD Martinez draws the walk. First blemish for David Robertson after retiring 5 in a row, and that's going to be his last hitter. It's a pretty good bet when there is a reliever warming up in the bullpen behind you. You get 1 batter or 1 base runner, and that is the case here for Aaron Boone. Robertson is out. Gives him 5 outs, 4 strikeouts, but a walk puts a man at first for Betances. Coverage of Game 5, if necessary, Thursday 6:30 with MLB postseason pregame show on TBS, presented by the Chrysler Pacifica. And at 7:30, Yankees Red Sox play for a shot at dethroning the defending World Series champion Astros in the American League Championship Series. TBS, your exclusive home for the 2018 American League postseason. Dellin Betances next up for Aaron Boone here in the 7th inning. Runner at first and 2 away.
Think about Dellin Betances last year. Was a guy that wasn't even really considered bringing out of the bullpen. He had struggled so mightily down the stretch. But even earlier this year, Aaron Boone said that even when he was struggling, he had confidence that Betances would somehow figure it out. And boy, he has.
He will face Xander Bogaerts with J.D. Martinez at first. Robertson an inning and 2/3 following up Zach Britton, who went 2 innings. CC Sabathia started 3 innings 3 runs. And Bogaerts swings away at the first pitch, fouls it away.
Heck of a job by Robertson.
Faced 6 hitters, struck out 5 of them. Or 4 of 5, I should say. With a ground out. That gets by Sanchez, and on his way to second goes J.D. Martinez. So suddenly the Red Sox with a runner in scoring position.
The pitch from Betances is just a fastball. He kind of slipped. You ask any catchers, the hardest ball to block is when you're expecting a fastball to be a strike. We've seen that a couple of times in this series. Hits the plate hard on a ball, 98 miles an hour for a catcher to make the adjustment and block. Breaking ball, that's the fault of the catcher, not on a fastball.
Yeah, do the best you can to try to smother it. Well, that changes the complexion of the inning here now. 1 ball 1 strike. Xander Bogaerts. Red Sox have a 4-1 lead, looking to add to it here in this 7th inning. And a wave and a miss. Gave him the breaking ball. Bogaerts expecting the fastball and was out in front. 1-2 the count now. Martinez ready to run at second base. He'll be off with a crack of the bat. Bogaerts rolls one to short. Gregorius makes a play or 2 in the inning. Runner left stranded in scoring position. Betances does his job. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time at Yankee Stadium. 4-1 Boston. American League Division Series in tonight's game summary presented by Geico. A 3-run Boston third, added one in the fourth. It's 4-1. Red Sox have a lead. They are 9 outs away from their 11th trip to the American League Championship Series. Let's go inside the booth here, presented by Capital One. Brian Anderson with Ron Darling. This is a good game. The Yankees are certainly in striking distance, but you got to give a lot of credit to the Red Sox starters in game 3 and 4.
You know, you and I, we've seen bullpenning, we've seen opening all season long, but it's really been the starting pitching for the Red Sox that has made the difference. Nate Eovaldi with 7 innings yesterday, just 1 run allowed, and today Porcello 5 innings pitched, 1 run allowed. It allowed them to get to the point now where their, bullpen is working from a position of strength. Porcello was almost perfect the first 4 innings. Good defense behind him. He was mixing up his curveball, slider, changeup, and high fastball. And that last changeup to get Erin Hicks out after 11 pitch at bat was the last out he would get in this game.
Now Boston is in their bullpen now as Luke Voit is ready to lead off. It'll be Voit, Walker, and Gary Sanchez. And it's going to be Ryan Brazier on the pitch for the Red Sox. So Barnes gets the Judge Gregorius Stanton window in the 6th inning, retires him in order, and now Brazier has the 7th.
Well, Brazier is one of the great success stories for this Boston Red Sox team. Didn't even appear in the major leagues this season, and since 2013 with the Los Angeles Angels. Been all over the globe. His big claim to fame for the Red Sox in March was that he saved spring training games.
That's right.
It's as close as he came to the big club.
They didn't even know who he was, the big league pitchers. They're all long gone by the time the game in spring training gets to the 9th inning. But an incredible journey for him from Japan, the minor leagues in Japan. And as he starts this inning, Ryan Levangie, Red Sox pitching coach, is on the bullpen phone, and there will probably be some activity behind Brazier to start it. So Brazier out for a key 7th inning. Nice work by Dellin Betances, stranding J.D. Martinez at second base in the top of the 7th, getting Bogaerts on the ground out. Here's Luke Voit. He's 0 for 2, 2 ground ball outs to third base. Both of those at bats against Rick Porcello.
Sharp breaking ball right there from Brazier.
Brazier looked uncomfortable in his first postseason outing in game 1. Spiked a lot of those breaking balls in the dirt, but then he came back in game 2 and he was very effective. Looked like his regular season self.
Whenever I see these journeyman relievers get their chance, it's almost, at some point in their journey they said, just give me one more chance to be in the major leagues. He got his wish. Watch out what you wish for.
31 years of age, Wichita Falls, Texas, his hometown. Luke Voit had a single off Brazier in game 1. Under the watchful eye of the pitching coach. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count evens 2-2. The velocity spike is the big difference. If you ask why is Ryan Brazier now a factor in the big leagues, he never really threw this hard until he went to the bullpen pitching for the Red Sox. Suddenly he's throwing in the mid to upper 90s instead of the low 90s. Split his time between AAA Pawtucket, where he had 13 saves, and the major leagues with Boston. 68 games in total. Gave up 12 earned runs all year. Only 12 the whole season. 2-2 the count remains.
His most intimidating moment in this postseason so far is when he yelled at Gary Sanchez to get in the box.
And that's a confrontation that is upcoming. Sanchez due up third. something to that fastball. Other than the 97-mile-an-hour velocity on it, there's something wrinkly to it, right? You just don't see it very well. Gets away with a lot of those middle fastballs.
He's a smaller guy, kind of short arms it in there. You don't really pick it up as well. But it's the slider that's the big difference maker.
It's another 2-2. And a fly ball right field. Betts, the Gold Glover, on the run in the corner, and he's got it. Reached out, a ball that was in fair territory. Betts makes a nice running catch for the first out of this 7th inning.
Well, not an easy play, and it's not easy because he has to time it so he's not sprinting here, because he's going to end up running into the wall. It's so close to foul territory. As he looks at his card where to play next, it's as good as there is in right field.
I feel like you could put a phone book on top of his head and it wouldn't fall off. Such a smooth runner. That's why he's able to run him down as he is. That ball's not bouncing all around. Here's Neil Walker. First ball swinging, a line shot foul. Walker hits it on the barrel, but strike one. He's had one career at bat against Ryan Brazier, and it was a home run. Walker hit 11 in the regular season. Popped him up, foul territory, back in the seats.
That's a pitch we haven't seen from Brazier. That looked like a changeup there.
Brazier's got him 0-2. And able to lay off a tough breaking ball. And Vasquez on his way out.
They're having a hard time deciding the 0-2 pitch, so Vasquez just wants to make sure what he wants to throw here. Sometimes the pitcher and catcher will make a decision on the next couple of pitches.
Brazier features that split finger fastball. He throws it hard. That home run Walker hit off Brazier was a 3-run home run and his only confrontation. They go to the multiple signs with nobody on base. 1-2 the count, and a swing and a miss. He put a fastball right by him. 2 up, 2 down. Brazier with a strikeout, his first.
Well, threw a first pitch fastball to Walker. He was right on it. Then he countered with that split finger change, the slider down and in, and then surprised him with that 97-mile-an-hour heat.
Now the way to Kimbrel. Barnes a 3 up, 3 down 6th. Brazier has retired the first 2 here in the 7th. You could see Workman perhaps in the 8th, and you could see Kimbrel perhaps in the 8th as well. Wouldn't hesitate to use the closer for multiple innings. Especially with a day off tomorrow should the Yankees come back. It is a travel day. So I'm sure Cora will be emptying it out if he gets close. 7 outs away. Gary Sanchez. No cue shot foul. The manager reacts.
Alex was a fiery player. The same on the bench.
Brazier, when he yelled at Sanchez to get in the box, Sanchez backed out a couple of times. He ended up striking him out on a high fastball. Sanchez would get his revenge later off Eduardo Rodriguez. That was a game Sanchez hit the 3-run home run. Brazier's got him 0-2.
Sometimes there's a game within a game, Brian. This one seems personal.
Multiple signs again. Red Sox must feel the Yankees are spying. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. And he popped him up. Pearce is back. Kinsler is over. It'll be Kinsler. And it is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Ryan Brazier. 6 in a row retired by the Red Sox bullpen. Still 4-1 Sox.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
We head to the 8th at Yankee Stadium, Game 4 of this American League Division Series, and the Red Sox lead 4-1. They're up 2-1 in this series. A closeout opportunity here tonight. They are 6 defensive outs away. Ian Kinsler will lead off for Boston. Kinsler, Nunez, Jackie Bradley Jr. against Dellin Betances. There is an imposing figure warming up in the Boston bullpen right now. Chris Sale has started to get loose. Could he have the 8th inning? We shall see. Yankees will have Gleyber Torres, Brett Gardner, and then Erin Hicks scheduled to hit. Could see maneuvering there. There's Ron Renicky, the bench coach, talking it through with the skipper, Alex Cora. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Whether they use Sale or not remains to be seen, but the fact that he's been given a lot of time to get ready. Yeah. He's a starting pitcher, requires a different type of warm-up than a regular reliever, so he started throwing as soon as that last inning ended. A swing and a miss. Betances strikes out Kinsler. And it is out number 1 in the 8th.
Well, first, the shot we had of Ron Renicky with Alex Cora, that's the greatest gift that Alex Cora could be given, because Ron Renicky is smart, a baseball man is going to get. Second, last year we did the ALDS. Max Scherzer got on the mound in the 5th inning with the Nationals winning with a chance to close out the Cubs. It didn't fare well for him. Doesn't always fare well for starters coming in as relievers.
Here is Eduardo Nunez. Betances coming in firing strikes. Got the last out of the 7th inning. Retired Bogaerts with J.D. Martinez at second base. And a strikeout to start this 8th inning. Nunez with an RBI single in the 3rd. Yikes. 99 across the bow. And it's 1-1.
Fastball supposed to be up and away, gets inside of it and runs inside.
Oh.
Parachute for Nunez. Matrix-like, gets out of the way.
There's a line drive, left field line. That is a fair ball. It'll get into the corner, right to Gardner. On his way to second is Nunez, and he is in there with a double. Eduardo Nunez with his 2nd hit of the game. A 1-out double for Boston in the 8th inning.
It's always the most amazing thing about hitters, although this is a hanging slider from Betances. He could have one up and in right under his chin and then come back on the next pitch and hit a line drive.
Gardner played that well in left. Nunez was busting it out of the box. He was thinking 2 all the way. And is in with a double. Runner in scoring position on a big swing and a miss from Jackie Bradley Jr. Boy, run here for the Red Sox. Demoralizing as it would get. Up 4-1 with potentially Sale and Kimbrel to deal with for the Yankees. A swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes.
Certainly don't know if he'll do it now, but Nunez got a big secondary lead there against Betances. Walker's off the line at third base. It's open if he wants it.
0-2 the count. The inside move just to see. Last 3 seasons, opponents in the stolen base category, 42 bags, 47 attempts. Only caught 5 times. He is a pitcher you can run on. Stays put, and a swing and a bouncer foul for Bradley. Anxious crowd here at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox knocking at the door again. Stranded a runner at second last inning as Bradley fights that one off foul. 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Betances.
I mean, that's what makes him impossible. You got to cover 100 up underneath, right at your hands, and then that slider down in the dirt.
Bradley's had his troubles with Betances. He's 0 for 11 career. Sanchez out to the mound. A chat. Might be changing up the signs as well.
Usually when they change up the signs, the shortstop will come in, so he knows what's going on.
Hey, don't miss Emmy-nominated Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. All new October 17th at a special time immediately following MLB postseason coverage on TBS. Big spot. Jackie Bradley Jr. after the double by Nunez. In a hole, 0-2. And he pulls one, and it's botched by Voit. And Bradley Jr. is safe. First and third. An error on the Yankee first baseman. And the Red Sox have him at the corners now with one away.
Playing back against Bradley, took that little extra hop Voit not able to make the play. Big out.
When the Yankees are ahead late in games, it's a defensive replacement for Voit.
Came up just a little bit, kind of handcuffed him. Looked like he tried to even backhand that ball. And Cora looking for the hustle and the safe call. It's all right if you cheerlead late in the game.
No question. He's pushed all the right ones in this series. Alex Cora managing in his first postseason. And he wants a conversation here with the home plate umpire, Angel Hernandez.
Is it about the visits? He wants to make sure that it's 2 visits to the mound.
Count the 2 mound visits. Normally, a home plate umpire will mark the visit. And I'm not sure Angel Hernandez did that. It is the 2nd visit from the catcher. You wonder if this is a bunting opportunity. You can almost guarantee there's some kind of action, whether it's a bunt, whether it's a steal. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. 1 run huge in a moment like this. And it's a first pitch breaking ball for a strike.
I think they're trusting Vasquez, who's already had a big game with a home run. And Betances, it's not like it's easy to bunt on Betances.
Best case scenario for the Yankees, the double play ball to get him out of this inning and get to the bat in the 8th. Bradley goes, and a shot foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, so you know that's what Cora was looking at. Walker comes in first. He marks that visit. Sanchez asked if he can go out, and I think that's what cleared it up. So it was 1 visit. It means 2 visits if you're counting your mound visits at home. You get 6. Good catch by our crew. More pressing matters now. No balls, 2 strikes. Bradley goes, and it's up and in. Sanchez doesn't bother. Nobody covers. A stolen base for Jackie Bradley Jr. Now it's 2nd and 3rd. And a base hit could score 2 and put the Red Sox up 6-1.
Well, holding your defensive position has become more imperative in this game than trying to defense the 1st and 3rd stolen base. Kind of a gimme in today's game.
Vasquez has homered against Betances in his 3 career at-bats. He has homered tonight, back in the 4th inning. Snuck one over the short porch in right field. That was the 4th Red Sox run.
The defensive positioning on the left side by Walker holding the runner close. Nunez are only a couple steps off that 3rd base bag. Didi playing a little bit up the middle, maybe 1 step. Big hole between short and 3rd.
Wild pitch, pass ball, certainly in play. And again, Sanchez can't get connected with Betances. It's going to be another mound visit. Three remain. Best to get it right. Could be a game-breaking moment for the Red Sox. They're already up 3. Got Sale in the bullpen. Kimbrel waiting as well. Here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he struck him out. Just buckled his knees. Dellin Betances, exactly what he needed, a strikeout for the 2nd out of the inning. That's a big one. Runners hold ground on the K.
Well, sometimes pitchers have to find their best breaking ball when they need it. And boy, the break on that one starts right at Vasquez, bends right over the middle of the plate. And that's what Betances can force, those kind of swings at times.
So after the strikeout, an intentional pass to Mookie Betts. He'll head to first. That'll load the bases. And it's Andrew Benintendi. He came up with the bases loaded in a game-breaking moment last night and delivered with a double down into the right field corner. to make it 7-0 Boston. Takes a strike.
Seems like everyone has those numbers against Betances.
Boston had 10 grand slams this season. 4 of those came against the Yankees. Benintendi takes strike 2. He dropped another one in.
Nunez down the third base line, really darting to try to get in peripheral vision of Betances. Almost did, trying to force a balk.
Walker so far off the line at third base as they work the shift, modified shift here for Benintendi. As much room as Walker will allow, and now he's creeping over. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded for Boston. And Betances again wants to start over with the signals. Andrew Benintendi. And he takes a cold strike 3. Boston strands the bases loaded for the second time tonight. It stays 4-1. Benintendi barking on his way out. Look who's coming on for the 8th. Chris Sale. The Red Sox lead at 4-1. Welcome to the 2018 American League Division Series presented by T-Mobile. And Alex Cora is going to play an ace for the 8th inning. 4-1 Boston. Chris Sale is on the mound. He pitched out of the bullpen in the division series last year. Different circumstances in that game. He entered the game in game 4 with the Astros up 2-1 in that series, and with the Red Sox down 2-1. He came in for Rick Porcello. Remember that game? Justin Verlander also pitched multiple innings out of the bullpen. Craig Kimbrell gets up just in case. Sale took the loss in that game. Different circumstances this year. A 3-run lead to protect. And the scheduled game 5 starter, if necessary, is on the mound to face Gleyber Torres to start it. Strike 1.
He was outstanding in his start in game 1. No runs given up in the first 5 innings. Got a couple runners on. The relievers gave up a couple of his runs in the 6th.
Yankees have not had a leadoff batter reach base in any inning in this game. They are 0 for 7. Leading off an inning in the first 3 games of this series, the Yankees hit .423. Nothing doing tonight. Porcello to Barnes to Brazier, and now Sale. The 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Torres, the 8th place hitter for New York. 8-9-1 coming up. Here's a 2-1 and a high fly ball into right center field. Betts is back on it, gives way to Jackie Bradley Jr., and it is out number 1. Just missed the sweet spot. And Sale gets his first man. The Yankees are 0 for 8 leading off innings.
It's almost like Sale took a little bit off of that pitch and kept it in the yard.
Good communication out there with Bradley and Betts. So a pinch hitter now for New York. Brett Gardner will be lifted. You saw him on the rail. It'll be Andrew McCutchen. Aaron Boone goes to his bench. Following McCutchen, Erin Hicks, a switch hitter. They'll turn him around right-handed with Sale on the mound. Pitching in this inning does not take Sale out of a game 5 if the Yankees come back. Any traffic you would figure, any base runners, and it's Kimbrell for a multi-inning save at that point. But they're hoping, the Red Sox are hoping this is a extremely big tune-up for game 1 of the ALCS.
And an extremely easy inning they're hoping for also.
McCutchen's 0 for 6 in his career against Sale, and a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the pinch hitter.
And we're talking about a pitcher that was on the DL twice for left shoulder inflammation. Not only did he start game 1, relief here in game 4.
Sale returns September 11th. He's been building up his arm strength each start this month. Was the starter and winner in game 1. And his fastball was humming along 95, 97 miles an hour in that game 1 start. 2-2 to McCutchen. Missed inside at 96. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order man due next. Erin Hicks and then Judge. The payoff. Bouncing ball, chopper over to third. Nunez, a quick release, and it is in time. And the Red Sox are 4 outs away. 8 straight retired by the Red Sox bullpen. Rick Porcello got it started. 5 strong innings, only 4 hits, 1 run. Our TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive.
That'll be the at bat you'll remember if the Yankees aren't able to come back.
Sale making the pitch on a 3-2 count to McCutchen. Crowd quiet now. Top of the order. Here is Hicks. Good numbers there against Sale. 9 hits. And a spinner in there for a strike. Told his manager before the game, I'm ready. I will be available for you tonight. Alex Cora said it would have to be the perfect scenario, the perfect storm for him to pitch. And he's found it here in this fourth game. Oh, what a changeup.
8-9-1 was his perfect position.
Swing and a miss to get it to 0-2. Hicks was way out in front.
You're expecting 95. And all you get is that good changeup running away at 86.
A 3-run lead, 2 outs, nobody on. Sale deals and a called strike 3. Chris Sale retires him in order with a strikeout to end the inning. Boston 4-1 to the 9th we go. The Red Sox trying to close out the Yankees tonight and go to the American League Championship Series. Aroldis Chapman will have the ball in the 9th inning for the Yankees. The Yankee closer will pitch with his team down 4-1 to Boston. Steve Pearce will lead off. J.D. Martinez, then Xander Bogaerts. Imperative for the Yankees to hold the Red Sox to 4. First pitch in triple digits. Strike 1 to Pearce.
That was impressive by Sale. You know, a lot of times starters come in and they want to throw 100 miles an hour. He just executed all 3 of his pitches. Fastball, slider, and change, all for strikes.
The Boston bullpen retiring 9 in a row. Is now 11 straight retired for Boston pitching. McCutchen, after his pinch hit appearance, stays in to play left field. A key at bat in that 8th inning against Sale. Had him at 3-2 and then grounded out. No balls, 2 strikes on Pearce. In the air to right. Judge will ease back. And there there's out number 1. Our ready to go moment is presented by Supercuts, official hairstylist of MLB. Back-to-back nights. Excellent starting pitching for Boston tonight. It was Porcello.
Yeah, you had to be impressed by Porcello's first 4 innings. Just about perfect. And in that 5th inning, pressed 25 pitches in, but still only allowed a run.
Eovaldi and Porcello combined for 12 innings. Only 2 runs. There were no walks in those 2 starts. One away, J.D. Martinez. A bouncing ball to Gregorius. And there is out number 2. From one closer to the other. 2 of the best in the game. And this one has a chance to send his team to the American League Championship Series. Remember, Boston clinched the division here at Yankee Stadium on September 20th. They're trying to make it another champagne spray in the Yankee clubhouse. Two gone for Bogaerts. He's been on twice tonight. Reached on an infield hit in the 5th inning. He walked in the 1st. Red Sox scored 3 off Sabathia in the 3rd inning, which was his final inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. There was a hit batter. Martinez drove in the 1st run with a sac fly, and then Kinsler and Nunez with back-to-back 2-out run-producing hits.
That really was the backbreaker because CC Sabathia was trying to see himself through that inning, but those 2 out hits were the difference.
Zach Britton came on in the 4th, gave up a leadoff home run to Vasquez. It's the last run Boston has scored. And they have just 2 hits since that home run in the 4th. But they have been able to maintain the lead. Boston getting excellent pitching tonight.
Well, so hasn't the New York bullpen also. They just could never get the lead that they needed.
Now the wild card inning you would think for Alex Cora was Ryan Brazier's 7th inning, where he retired the side. He went with Barnes in the 6th against the heart of the order, and then Brazier in that 7th, and each producing the 3-up 3-down frame. A swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 on Bogaerts.
You're right. It was set up perfect. Barnes, who usually is a setup man, goes to 2-3-4. Brazier 5-6-7. That's set up for Sale to be at the bottom of the order. 8-9-1.
Managers call them lanes, and they have specific pitchers to pitch in those lanes. Sale gets the 8-9-1, and Kimbrel's going to draw Judge, Gregorius, and Stanton. 2-2 the count. Kinsler hoping for a shot here in the 9th. Red Sox twice stranding the bases loaded in this game. Didn't score in the 1st with them loaded with 2 outs. Had them loaded with 2 outs in the 8th. Couldn't add on. But feeling confident with their ace closer ready to protect a 3-run lead at minimum. Full count, 2 away. And he got him. A strikeout for Chapman. 3 up, 3 down. It's Kimbrel time. Red Sox trying to punch their ticket to the ALCS. We go to the bottom of the 9th at Yankee Stadium.
On TBS is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Midas. Trust the Midas touch.
Coming down to this, bottom of the ninth. Red Sox 4, Yankees 1. Red Sox lead 2-1 in this series. Can close out their rivals right here and now. Craig Kimbrell to face Aaron Judge. Judge leading off an inning again. That has been a significant story here in this series. He's not only leading off, but batting with nobody on for the 14th time in this division series. And Kimbrell with the big numbers, the dominant closer of the Red Sox. Third time Judge has led off an inning. He's ahead 2-0. Yankees need base runners. See the numbers against Craig Kimbrell. Remember, Aaron Judge homered off Craig Kimbrell in game 1. He hit a rocket out to right field into the Yankee bullpen.
Kimbrell gave up 7 home runs during the regular season.
Most he's allowed in his career. And that is inside. Ball 3.
See Christian Vasquez looking back at Hernandez, thinking that maybe that was a strike.
Three 3-0 the count on Judge. And he missed badly. Ball 4. A base runner to start the ninth for the Yankees on 4 pitches. Kimbrell, as he was walking in, saw this as he's walking in, and the beer can comes flying out of the stands. A narrow miss. Hostile environment here in New York. And he issues a 4-pitch walk, sets up Gregorius. The New York Yankees have had 81 occasions in the postseason when they have been in the 9th inning down 3 or more runs. They have never won a game in their postseason history when down 3 or more runs after 8 innings. They tried to flip that bit of history here tonight. That's the first base runner for New York since the infield hit by Gleyber Torres in the 5th inning. It had been 11 in a row, 9 in a row by the bullpen. Here's Gregorius now. And his first strike.
You're hoping that Didi can get on. 2 base runners on for the mighty Stanton.
That's the tying run if Gregorius should reach.
Well, you hear a remark all the time, take one for the team. But evasive maneuvers by Didi Gregorius.
It's a swing by Gregorius. A little over anxious. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Oh, he had made up his mind.
I think you're right. I think he was guessing fastball, gets the slider.
Swings the count. Much different looking count. 2-1 versus 1-2. Now in the hole on the defensive. Red Sox are set up to try to turn a double play if they get a hot one on the ground. Judge, a leadoff walk. Here's a 1-2 and a bouncing ball. That's through. Base hit. Judge will stop at second. Gregorius with a 2-strike single. And the tying run will bat in this 9th inning.
Well, that ball was supposed to be up in the strike zone. Kimbrel missed his spot. It was down. And Didi with the base hit through the hole. We want to become a hero in New York for forever. Stanton's up.
Levangie at the mound, the pitching coach, trying to settle Kimbrel in. He issues a 4-pitch walk and then gives up a 2-strike single to Gregorius. Just shy of 50,000 at the stadium tonight, and it's game on right now. Buckled him, and a strike with the slider. Your mind tells you to hang in there, stay in there on the slider. Just couldn't do it.
Nasty from Kimbrel. Stanton, when he came to the Yankees, knew that he'd have a chance to play in the postseason for the first time. Well, here he is.
A wave and a miss. Chased one in the dirt. Good block back there by Vasquez. Keeps a double play in order.
Well, we know what the game plan is. First pitch, curveball, first strike, or breaking ball, first strike, and then one out of the strike zone. I think you'd have to throw the same pitch.
Think back to the series. Stanton has been whistling fastballs, high fastballs, all series long. He has not had success against the breaking ball. See what Kimbrel gives him. 2 on, nobody out. The 0-2. And the high fastball, too tall for even Stanton to offer at.
To me, that's the show pitch. The only breaking ball he's hit in the postseason is the hanger from Blake Trinan in the wild card game for a home run.
Stanton has grounded out 3 times tonight. Red Sox would love another one right here to turn 2. Here's a 1-2 and a swing and a miss, and Stanton is down. Craig Kimbrel comes back with a punch out for the first out of the 9th.
Well, he got to 0-2 on the breaking ball. 1 first strike, 1 off the corner. And then he decided just to elevate, to give him a little different look, to come back with that same slider. 4 ball. But swung through by Stanton.
1 gone. Stanton retired, 0 for 4 tonight. And in steps Luke Voit. Look out for that first pitch. Has as much power as anyone, especially to the opposite field. At that big 2 RBI triple in the wild card game. And he lays off a breaking ball in the dirt. These are the home run spray chart for Luke Voit. Massive power to center field and right field. And then that triple was off the wall down the right field line in the wild card game.
I mentioned those 7 home runs that Kimbrel allowed this year. Only one of them came with a man on. That was Judge, who's standing on second base.
He's given up some runs at Yankee Stadium in his career, Craig Kimbrel. 7 1/3 innings, 6 runs allowed. Got into immediate trouble with a 4-pitch walk and the single by Gregorius. Tying run at the plate. 4-1 Boston. And timeout was asked for and granted. I believe that was Vasquez who called timeout, the catcher.
It was Vasquez. Voit avoided the area. Kimbrel didn't know. I don't know if you noticed, he threw a breaking ball.
Did he give it away? Yeah, there he is. Reset it. 2 balls, no strikes. And Voit able to lay off. 3 balls, no strikes. Well, this would be the ultimate green light if Luke Voit was given one in this spot. But how many good pitches do you get from Craig Kimbrel? Humid, hot October night. Kimbrel's got a big lather going. The 3-0, and Voit takes ball 4. They are loaded. Now the tying run is on, and the potential winning run is coming to the plate. There'll be a pinch runner for Voit at first. Adeiny Echeverria, a very fast runner, carries the tying run.
And Neil Walker was Aaron Boone's pick to click in his lineup tonight.
Meeting at the mound. Switch hitter Neil Walker.
More power from the left side. Benintendi, outstanding arm. Bradley, one of the best in the game. Betts from that short right field, very accurate. Walker up, Sanchez looming.
And that hit him. That hit him. A run is in. A hit batter with the bases loaded. It's a 2-run game. The line keeps moving for the Yankees.
Well, this inning unraveling for Kimbrel, who has come into this inning really just featuring his breaking ball. That's a majority of the pitches that he's thrown against the Yankees in this inning. Not using his fastball, and this one clips Neil Walker.
All Kimbrel. Tying run at second base. Winning run at first. Gary Sanchez at the plate for New York. Still just 1 out in the 9th. And a swing and a miss. Took a big rip at a big fastball from Kimbrel. Bucky Dent threw out the ceremonial first pitch. And the Yankees are trying to have another Bucky Dent moment, this time in their stadium. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Another 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-2 on Sanchez.
Now going with the fastball is Kimbrel. 98, top of the strike zone away.
A double play sends the Red Sox to the ALCS. A base hit could tie it. The 0-2. And what a play back there by Vasquez. I mean, that was special. He checks his swing, Vasquez pounces on it, saves a run.
Watch his feet move, his body move to get his body. Just heave his body in front of that baseball.
These Red Sox catchers have been impressive in this series. Echeverria carries that tying run at second base. Got two of the best arms in the majors in center field and right field for Boston. Does Kimbrel dare go with another slider here? He's lost the range on it. The 1-2 pitch. And he popped him foul, out of play. Chased one. Shoulder high fastball.
I don't know how he fouled that ball off.
Yankees trying to survive, force a game 5. Boston 2 outs away from closing out their rival. What a finish. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he lays off. Tough take, Gary Sanchez. Gleyber Torres due next. Sanchez could end it with 1 swing of the bat.
Wanted that one to be up in the strike zone, spiked it down and away.
And it all boils down to, can you throw a strike when you need it? They are loaded up. Full count, 1 away. Sanchez has been selling out for the fastball. The 3-2 and a swing and a high fly ball. Benintendi at the track will make the catch, tagging at third, and scoring is Gregorius. It is a 1-run game, but Boston is 1 out away as Gary Sanchez just missed his moment in the sun. Just missed it.
What an at bat though. Taking some tough pitches. Ball was supposed to be up. It was middle, and he just got under it. Started to carry just a little bit, but then settled into the glove of Benintendi.
Sacrifice fly and an RBI for Sanchez. It is 4-3 now. And it is in the hands of the 21-year-old second baseman Gleyber Torres. Echeverria carries the tying run. That's the winning run in Neil Walker. Yankees down to their last out. During the regular season, Gleyber Torres was a frequent member in the 3-run homer club. Hit 7 of them. Finished 3rd in the major leagues, 2nd in the American League to J.D. Martinez, who hit 8. Got a fast runner at second, below average runner at first in Neil Walker. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike.
It was the maturation of Torres and Miguel Andujar that really helped this team get where they are right now in the postseason.
The all-star rookie with the chance of a lifetime here in the ninth. Kimbrel fires, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And now the Red Sox a strike away from advancing. Here he comes, the 1-2. Bouncing ball, going to be a tough play. Nunez gloves, throws, and in time for the out. The Red Sox will celebrate, but there will be a challenge you can guarantee. Put the pause button on. They're going to look at this one. And this game will either be extended with the bases loaded, or the Red Sox are going to win this division series on a challenge. Nunez shaken up.
Remember, Aaron Boone told us the only time he ever challenged all season long without getting on the phone was the last play of the game.
In the replay era, this is a game that could end with an umpire's headset. Look at the stretch by Pearce in the glove. That's an out.
That's going to be an out, and the Red Sox win.
That's an American League Championship Series is what that is for Boston.
What a stretch by Pearce. We've seen a couple of those this series.
Red Sox know they've got it, but it's not official. Lytle brings us this replay review. Can you believe this game's going to end with a challenge? Here comes the call. He is out, and that's it. The Boston Red Sox win the division series 3 out of 4 against the Yankees, and the Boston Red Sox are headed to the American League Championship Series. For the 11th time in Red Sox franchise history, they go to the ALCS. It is the first time since 2013, which was a World Series title year for Boston. What a finish to this game, Ron.
Boy, Kimbrel struggled through his 9th inning, but it was the pitchers, Porcello with 5 strong innings, Barnes, Brazier, and then Sale out of the bullpen.
Eduardo Nunez had some shaky throws in Boston at Fenway Park, but he was on point tonight. And that throw and that stretch by Steve Pearce. Remember, Mitch Moreland is the defensive specialist. Look at his eyes. What a play.
Remember, earlier in the game, Gleyber Torres had an infield hit in front of Nunez. He let it roll. This time, he made the play.
Joe Kelly, he was preparing to enter the game. Instead, it's a celebration, albeit a delayed celebration with the challenge.
I think Nunez hurt himself on the play.
I think you're right.
And on the throw.
He was down for a moment. Boston fans just reveling in the glory of a win, another win at Yankee Stadium. 4 consecutive wins in the postseason for the Red Sox in Yankee Stadium. Wow, what a game, what a finish, and the Yankees took it right to the brink, scoring twice against Kimbrel.
This is your team that won 108 games during the regular season. Apropos to take that team picture.
And the 2 best records in the AL will match up in the American League Championship Series. Second time the Red Sox are going to celebrate here at Yankee Stadium. They clinched the division here on September 20th. 5 strong innings from Rick Porcello, the man from New Jersey, a Yankee fan growing up, helped send the Yankees packing here tonight. Time to send it down to Lauren Shahadi. Take it away, Lauren.
Rick, congratulations winning on a challenge. What did you see there from your vantage point?
I didn't see anything. I was just praying to God he was out.
You looked locked in early on. What was working so well for you?
Just trying to throw strikes, attack these guys. You fall behind the Yankees and you're in trouble. So Basky did a great job. We made some unbelievable plays in the infield and just tried to attack.
Is Chris Sale your new setup man? What do you think?
Chris Sale can be our starter, a setup man, or closer, whatever he wants to be. He's nasty.
Up next, a rematch of last year's ALDS. How pumped are you to face Houston?
Yeah, we're ready for another shot.
Congratulations, Rick. Enjoy it. BA.
Okay, Lauren, thank you. Rick Porcello, Nathan Eovaldi, outstanding in their starts. And then the bullpen carried the rest of the way. Chris Sale coming out of the pen for the 8th inning. It all lined up beautifully for Alex Cora, but things got a little testy in that 9th inning. The Yankees could have flipped the script on them.
You know, Brian, the nerves of the bullpen in that first game after Sale started that game were palpable. But in this game 4, they were outstanding, retiring 11 straight at one point. Sale getting them 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. Kimball, like you said, struggled, but somehow got through it.
4-3 the final. The Boston Red Sox moving on to the ALCS. Coming up after this short break, it's the postseason show with Casey, Pedro, and the gang. For Ron Darling, Lauren Shahadi, and the rest of our great crew, Brian Anderson saying so long from Yankee Stadium. You've been watching the 2018 AL Division Series presented by T-Mobile on TBS.